welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Russian Fishing 4, where after a tumultuous last episode of trying to figure out the ground fishing, I think I've gotten a little bit of an understanding of how it operates. There's one thing I do want to pick up to see about, like, if it will help or not, and that is a feeder. Because if we do go back to the tackle store here, and maybe also grab a bit of free food since we are about halfway through our thing. Yeah, so if we go back to the tackle store here, again, I just feel like a complete idiot for not looking here for ground bait. I thought I was looking for like a food you actually had to make it yourself, not here's your ready mixes, just pick one up. It is, yeah, classic feeders here, so I do feel it's weird how you have something out of stock there, so I guess I'll just go for the number 4 right here. It's not that expensive, $2 or $2.90. Silver's not that bad, I think. And let me check here. So if I do... Okay, it says rig is missing a... Oh, maybe I have to change here. This might be the next one. So I think that one needs a skill point opened up for it. So yeah, this is the basic one. Although it does weird, it allows, like... Wait a minute. Classic bottom sinker or feeder. Ground bait. Feeder... Oh, hang on. Oh! I'm learning! Okay, so that's it. Instead of a sinker, you could also use... like that. And now I think if I were to pull, not the ball out, sorry, my bad. Okay, but there's still another icon in the top left there. That's still the same as what it was. Okay, so I'll try this for a little bit and see. Like, again, I'm still getting the basics of it. I figured I'd pick this up just to try it out, and now this kind of explains, like, ooh... Okay, I should probably be careful about it as I'm walking, just because, yeah, that is flying all over the place. So let's say 2 there. We'll set that down. Okay, I'll make sure the reel is open. We'll get this out. And maybe we'll go for semolina. And just try these 2 in combination. Like, I don't know what to expect of this, but let's give it a try and see. Again, as I was saying, like, end of last episode, this game can be either you look everything up and you know exactly what you have to do, or it's a lot of trial and error to try and piece together what works and what does not. I'm just glad that I hopefully will be able to get a few more fish onto our setups here. There's probably a lot more refining and feedback and tips that'll come in with having tried out the Fisher feeding kit. I guess, again, the most basic setup for that rod is to use a regular sinker instead of a feeder. But I am kind of surprised that the feeder, like, wasn't included with it, or... No, I don't think it was. Like, looking at the pieces, I don't think there was a feeder as one of the things included with it. But yeah, we'll just leave these things as they are. I guess technically I could have another... the other float rod out as well. But maybe I'll just start with this and see how they go. I know somebody also suggested that maybe I should look at getting the shovel next so I can, like, find my own worms for using them as bait. I don't know if I'll do that, or if I should look at, like, trying to find a way to make our own lures or things. There's a lot of systems and things in place for the game to eventually get into. It's just, I want to keep going chunk by chunk in little bits, so that way it's not too overwhelming. I mean, you guys saw. I was overwhelmed by just trying to figure out how to make a ground bait when it's literally right in the store. You're not dealing with a rocket scientist here. You're dealing with the guy who has to make sure to not hold the rocket pointed towards him. Actually, why is he holding the rocket in the first place is the better question. So yeah, you now understand what you're dealing with. That's why I've been going pretty slow burn with this series and going little chunk, little chunk, little chunk. It just hopefully makes it a little easier to understand and talk about or go through for a series. Alright, I think I have to also close the reel on you again, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, because if I don't have the reel closed, I think all that's going to happen for the rod on the right is it's just going to draw all the line out. So let me take this rod again. And we'll just wait. No, I am glad I didn't check the cafe to see what orders there are, because I feel like if I had done that, I would feel really, really bad of not, like, getting anything done, but at least getting a little bit of an idea of, like, how the setup sort of is or that. It's a little step, if nothing else. Although with the middle of the night, I guess nothing's really active or biting. Just let it take its time. I also wonder maybe the reason why you get like the 20 portions of ground bait is because, again, if you put it in a feeder, every time you cast out it's a new ground bait, so that goes through it like that. Although there is also the option that I could just try tossing this in there too. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad of a landing, I think. Okay, we'll take this rod again, and just give it some time and see. Like, I'm not too surprised that the bottom fishing rod hasn't really gone off yet. I am surprised at our float fishing one, though. I'm not sure it's just because, like, the weather and conditions? Because I know at night I've had some comments come in that the fish aren't as active. So I wonder if that's something that's going on right now. It's because of, like, the weather, time of day. It's just kind of added up to not really be working that well. Let me set this back down, and let me just open the reel. Well, truthfully, I guess if I wanted to know if something was on this, the reel should probably spin when it's open like that. Okay, let me close that again. I think that should be enough time. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell how long you should let the reel stay open for. I don't know if they're... Let me pick you up and open the reel if I can. And I can't actually open the reel while it's in my hand. And I was going to say I would open it up and then see if I got the notification that, like, it was touching bottom. Okay, let me bring that in, because that's not working. Let me switch it for the pearl barley. And you know what? I'm going to bring this in, and maybe I'll actually go back to... Oh. Oh, actually, it might be that tense because of the feeder that's attached. That might be too much weight. I didn't think about that before attaching it. Yeah, I think that's what's going on, is the feeder is too heavy, so I'll switch it back to just the regular sinker. Yeah, I wanted to get the other feeder, but it was weirdly out of stock somehow in a digital store. Or, like, online digital goods. How does that work? Good lord, how much line did I let go out on this? Okay, come on in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take that feeder off and change this back to what its basic setup was. I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself trying to change and figure out new stuff when I can't even get the most fundamentals in order. I think I'm reeling in, but I honestly don't know. Like, the reel is definitely spinning. Okay, come on, let's speed this up. Okay, am I even actually, like, bringing it out? Because... this seems really weird, what's going on. I didn't think there was that much line let out. And yeah, even on the bottom there, it doesn't look like there is a lot. Okay, now let's set that down so I can at least get a fish on this. Never mind. Okay, you stay there. Let me keep working at this. Oh, actually, let me see if there's just, like... it has an option to reel in. Oh, okay, so I could actually reel it in without picking the whole rod up. There we go, now you're in. Like I said, I don't know why that seemed to be taking so long, but I'm definitely taking the feeder off that. Let's just go back for that and try this for a while. I didn't realize that it's hold Y and it reels in. So let me take one of you out. Plop. Hopefully that's enough, like, area that those two will work for it. I mean, granted, the float one, it shouldn't really do much, but maybe it'll help for the, our bottom fishing one. Also, let me put that away, close the reel, and wait and see what happens with that change back to its basics. Yeah, I gotta stop getting too far ahead of myself. Just try to do the basics and get them correct for a while before moving on to trying something else or new. So otherwise, I'm setting myself up for failure. So all we do is wait. Yeah, see, again, I imagine if it was actually sinking, it would be slowly spinning. Although, actually, maybe I should. Let me lower the friction brake. Oh. Well, that was handy. Although, is there actually a fish on? Or... Oh, maybe. No. Like, okay, I'm going to just wait for a long time and see if it does say, like, it touches bottom. I feel like it should have touched bottom, because it's not that deep here, is it? Well, I guess 2.5, so it does have a bit of depth. I'll close the reel up on that. And just keep watching this for a while. I don't know how long the ground baits, like when you toss them out, how long they last in the area. But I'll just keep giving it a bit of time and see if we can pull anything else in. If nothing else, we're at least maybe getting a few fish with the float fishing. But it might even be too, I should... Well, I think once I get some comments that help guide me, like, what I could do a bit better or differently, I'll probably look at changing location of where I do this. Because one of the things about when I was float fishing before is that I slowly worked around, like, the edges of the pond. Ooh. Okay, not until it starts... Now, I don't know if I should have let it keep going until there was, like, more of a ring, or I should have just said... Or if that was, like, you hear the bells chime, you're good to... No, just because the bells chime does not mean you should pull in, I guess. Okay, you know what? We'll close the reel. Oh. Well, you're at least getting us some fish, which is nice. Oh, another fairly big size. Well, not as big as the other one we got, but still a decent roach. Yeah, you I have to figure out. Okay. Close that. Maybe I'll just let that ring for a little while, and if there's something that really stands out from, like, the usual or what it has been doing, that might be my cue more to try going for that. Though I guess one thing I could also do is, instead of having to pick it up and reel in, I could just try holding Y and see what that does to it. We'll just see how we keep going. I will have to look at picking up some more bait soon, because I know we've started to go through quite a bit of what we've had, like, given to us for the level ups. No. I pulled out a little too soon with that. I guess that was more of a... actually, you know what? Let me change this out to the wet bread. Set you back down. It could well be that a lot of the issues I'm having is I'm not patient enough in just, like, letting the rod sit. I'm worried about, like, the fish being on and getting off. But truth be told, I think that'd be kind of rare to happen once the fish is good and hooked. So I've just got to be more patient. It seems to be my problem with so many things. Okay. Well, that's getting dragged along coming out of the water. And, of course, it stops as soon as I pick this up again. Okay, it's kind of floating. Oh, there we go. Got dropped. What are you up to? It does seem like, at least for this current spot, the wet bread is really producing results for us. Of course, I say that now, nothing's going on. Oh. I think there might be something going on with the other rod, though. Yeah. Okay, that might be what we're looking for. Yeah, that seemed more steady, so that's what I gotta do. It's not just the bells ringing, it's also tipped down. Alright, there's... Yeah, see, like, right at the end here, I can't reel in anymore. I have to right-click and... Oh! You're a new fish! The white bream. We have not caught one of you guys before. So that might be one of the ways to catch them, is to actually do the bottom fishing. I'll give it just another couple of seconds, and then we'll close the reel. There. Yeah, so that's what I wasn't looking out for. I was just hearing the bells ring. I should have been looking for the rod dipping forward and them ringing. I've got a... Well, we have, like, two-factor authentication for logging into stuff. There's two-factor fishing. Rod down and bells chiming. Now, if only the float fishing here could be as helpful. I kind of feel like I want to bring this in. Like, I doubt there's anything on it. Yeah. It just seemed kind of weird that we had interest and then it stopped for so long like that. But again, talking about patience and not enough of it, that could have been it too. We'll go for a few more minutes just to see what we get. If possible, I don't know if we'll get 10 fish, but I'll try for at least 8. And let me just make sure the reel is closed. That opened it. That closed it. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit of... Okay, I'm watching you. A lot of bouncing, but nothing hard strike yet. Or at least I don't think anything that's hard strike. Now I'll try. There we go. Now the roach. Yeah, we're getting the roach pretty common with that. Maybe I'll try going for a bloodworm. It could be just this spot does have roach pretty common. Yes, this will be the last cast out for both lines. And we'll just see if anything does go after each. I don't want to give it too much time because, well, I do want to mind how long videos run, but we'll see. Maybe if we don't... Once we get the float line in, then we'll bring the other one in. Okay. A lot of bouncing. Still not a hard... There's our hard strike. And what do we got? Another roach. Yeah, looks like a decent size. Yeah, triple six. And you... nothing. We'll bring you in. Is there anything on this or not? Because, like, this seems like a lot more tension than normal for, like, trying to reel it in. But I didn't have, like, the rod dipping down. Okay, yeah, this... Maybe there was something feeding at this. I don't really know what to make of that. Yeah, like when there's a fish on, I can't pull it up to the sinker, but here I can't. It's weird. There's still a lot I have to figure out. Okay, but we at least got 9 fish, so let's go and see if I manage to get, like, any of the cafe orders. I really doubt it, but you never know. Oh, well. We need 5 white bream for that. We need, yeah, 1/800 gram. Definitely don't got that. But I did get the common roaches, so we can at least clear this out. That one. Yes, so 938 there, so I actually did make a profit today, of all things. I didn't really get anything else, though. Yeah, so I'll probably just end things with that. Sell the rest in the market here. And see what comes in from, like, comments and that. So, I actually did make an okay enough profit. We're not in the hole, at least. So thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Russian Fishing 4. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I do see you in the next video, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.